My name is Patrick Redding. I'm the game director on Splinter Cell Blacklist out of Ubisoft Toronto. So actually, about 3/4 of the game take place in nighttime, dark environments. There's only maybe 3 or 4 missions that are really daytime missions, and and we've obviously shown a few of them. So it's always there to kind of shake things up and let players understand that you can be stealthy in the daytime. But a lot of our maps are really almost kind of classic Splinter Cell type experiences. With darkness, interiors, lots of shadows and dynamic lights, creating interesting challenges for the player. So one thing that we were really striving for was a lot of variety. So we wanted the missions to all feel pretty different from each other. So we send the player to lots of very different types of environments. What that means, though, it's not just the physical locations, it's also the nature of the mission objectives. So sometimes you'll have missions where, yes, you need to accomplish certain objectives in a certain order, but we still want the level design to be very wide and open to give players lots of paths and lots of choice in terms of how they approach those objectives. Other times we have complete sandbox type missions, where you need to accomplish a number of objectives in any order, and you can kind of take whichever approach you want, more by observing the tactical situation with the AI, with the enemy, deciding how you want to deal with patrols, and that becomes a very different kind of dynamic. So we've really got many different types of environments, but it's true to say that our level design philosophy was to give the player many paths and many tactical options. Yeah, I mean, we are really, unlike Conviction, where we spend most of the time in Washington, D.C., in Blacklist, Sam is back kind of globe-trotting. It's one of the reasons why we have the playable hub that you return to between every mission, which is the Paladin aircraft. That helps give us an explanation for how the team is able to travel all over the world in the blink of an eye as needed. And that's true for all of our co-op missions as well, and for Spies vs. Mercs. These are locations that cover the entire globe. And so in dealing with the Blacklist threat, Sam has to travel to many locations, and even for Spies vs. Mercs, it's the same. No, so in fact, our co-op content is completely unique content. We're not repurposing any content from single player or even any of the other modes. It's really about kind of distinct missions that you go on by cooperating with members of the 4th Echelon team. And in most cases, you can actually play those missions solo, or you can go with a friend. And so it'll be Sam with Isaac Briggs, who's kind of a new member of a team. And then there's a number of missions that are specifically for co-op that form kind of a co-op storyline, but all of this is sort of parallel and separate from the single-player Blacklist story. Yeah, in fact, so we have our 3 main difficulty modes, which is Rookie, Normal, and Realistic, which is pretty standard as you might expect. But then we were offering a 4th mode we call Perfectionist mode, and that's really targeted towards that traditional Splinter Cell player, the ultra-hardcore stealth player. We strip away, in addition to making it very difficult, we strip away things like our mark and execute mechanic, the last known position silhouette, the ability to see through walls using goggles. It really brings it back down to that very kind of deliberate, methodical stealth pace that you associate with the original series. And it's very funny when we take players who've completed the game in one of the other modes and then we say try it again in Perfectionist, it totally transforms the way they play the game. It's great. So Splinter Cell Blacklist will be out in North America on August the 20th, and 2 days later, rest of the world, August the 22nd, on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii U, and PC.
Find you.
No need, General.